You are tuned into a special player spotlight interview on the CS Podcast.
Welcome back to another edition of the CS Podcast presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first since 2002. Visit NFLDraftBible.com. And joining the show for a player spotlight interview is 2016 NFL Draft prospect, cornerback, Eric Rawls out of Kentucky State University. And I appreciate you taking some time tonight, Eric. Now, before we actually talk about your time at Kentucky State, I want to talk about the FCS Bowl in which you participated in last weekend. I mean, talk about how you feel you performed and what it was like to go up against some Division I guys.
Oh, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I appreciate you taking some time, man.
Oh, yeah, thank you, man. No problem. It's an honor to be on your show. But I was very, very glad with how I played. I was thankful for the opportunity to showcase my talents, and I just wanted my plan to go in was just to dominate and get in guys' face as much as I can, and I feel like I did that in the game as well in practice. So.
And according to NFL Draft Blitz, it's the website that was there. Somebody from the website was there covering the FCS and National Bowl last weekend in Miami, Florida, and they said that you had a pretty nice game and you were pretty much you were able to shut down one side of the field and was able to finish the game with an interception in the fourth quarter. Did the opportunity to play in this All-Star game, I mean, did it give you any added confidence that you do indeed have what it takes to take your game to another level?
Yes, I mean I'm a very confident player myself. So when I received the invite, I was just ready to see what other guys had to offer, and I was just ready to compete. So I mean I've seen talent. I grew up down in Florida, so I saw talent every day. So I was just thankful for the opportunity.
And you know what? You mentioned you're from Florida. I mean, playing ball at Kentucky State. What was it like to go back to Florida to play in this All-Star game? I got to think that was pretty cool to go back to your home state.
Yeah, it was great to get home, man. I'll get out of this cold weather up here. But when I went home, that was actually my mom's second game that she was able to make it to. So that was great and special. So she was in the stands cheering me on, And I was very, very comfortable. I know some guys were kind of nervous. Like I remember talking to guys that were nervous, but I mean, it just felt like I was home because I was home. So.
Mm-hmm. And did any players catch your eye down there at the FCS Bowl? I mean, whether it was a fellow defensive back in practice or even during the game, or maybe a wide receiver or quarterback that you had to defend, did anybody catch your eye?
I would say. I know I was taking a peek during their practices. I was taking a peek at the other, the white team, their receivers. I don't really know any of the guys' names. I just remember I was covering 85, and I believe one guy was number 7. So those are the two receivers that I remember seeing.
Definitely do some research on that after this interview on who those guys were, get their names, where they're from. Now, I believe there were about 13, give or take, NFL scouts that were represented down there in Miami. I'm not exactly sure how many CFL or AFL scouts were down there, but I do know for a fact that they were in attendance as well. Any chance you were able to chat with any scouts, or maybe you got the impression that a team was looking at you?
Yeah, I was given the chance to speak with the Eagles after the first day of practice. I spoke with the Eagles, and the second day of practice, before practice actually started, I spoke with the Jets.
Well, I got to think that feels good.
Those were the only two teams that I spoke with.
All right, hey, I mean, I'll tell you what, man, two is better than none, and I got to think it's pretty good to see that teams out there are showing interest in you. I got to think that's a really good feeling, especially coming from a smaller school in Kentucky State. Again, he is the cornerback, Eric Rawls, the 2016 NFL Draft prospect by way of Kentucky State, joining me here on the CS Podcast. presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible. And, Eric, I mean, talk about how you landed at Kentucky State. I mean, like you mentioned, you're from Florida. So, I mean, coming out of high school, I mean, were there any other schools that were interested in you? And again, I mean, how did you land at Kentucky State?
Well, coming out of high school, in high school, I only played 2 years. I played my sophomore season and my senior season. I sat out my 10th and 11th grade, my 9th grade and 11th grade year. But I didn't have much interest. It was little. No one really knew much about me because I only played my senior year and my freshman year. My senior year and my sophomore year. I'm sorry about that. But so I went to a junior college in 2009. I went to a junior college and went out there, and it was a bit expensive. So I moved back with my mom and helped her out and worked with her. So after that, stayed home for about a year, maybe a year and a half. In 2011, I came to Kentucky State in the spring and walked on and earned a scholarship. One of my close friends was already up here, and he gave me a call and said, just come give it a shot. So.
And the rest is history after that. And, throughout your time at Kentucky State, Eric, I see that you recorded 94 tackles, 26 pass deflections, 7 interceptions, 5 blocked kicks, and even a blocked punt. I mean, talk about, not only your play on the defensive side of the ball, the impact that you're able to have on the defensive side of the ball, but how important it is for you to, make plays on special teams as well, and how that might, impact your professional career once you get a shot at the next level.
Well, I took pride in special teams. I wish I could have played more, but we had other guys. But I looked at it as blocking kicks as just taking points off the board for the other team. I mean, those 3 points came in handy, to win the game, some of them. So, I mean, special teams is important, and our coaches preach that. One of our special team coaches was a long-time NFL vet, Jason Dunn, played with the Kansas City Chiefs, so he was pretty hard on us in special teams.
Well, like you mentioned, you enrolled at Kentucky State. You walked on to the Kentucky State football team in 2011, and now here you are. You just wrapped up the FCS Bowl. Here you are getting ready for the NFL draft. I mean, when did you realize that, you might have what it takes to, play at the next level and give a professional career a shot?
I mean, since I was young, I always had a dream to play in the NFL. And as I got older through high school, I just started to see that I really had a chance, but I was just had to give myself a fair shot. So I got into Kentucky State, and I just used my size, my speed, and athleticism, and stacked it up against everyone else, and just try to, showcase what I can do. But I always believed that I can play in the NFL, and it's just a blessing, to just see all of this progress that I have had.
And I know, Eric, that the Kentucky State Thoroughbreds as a team, you guys didn't see too much success throughout your time there, but obviously individually you've seen a great deal of success. You've made tons of plays throughout your time at Kentucky State. I mean, overall, how would you describe your experience there?
Well, as a team, we didn't have a lot of success, but 2 of my 4 years here, we finished in the top 10 in total defense. So that was something to take pride in. But, I mean, I feel like I came here and I gave it everything I had, and I'm just reaping the benefits of what I put in. So, I mean, that's just how things go sometimes. You're not going to have a winning season. But the bonds and friendships that I created here over these 4 to 5 years, I mean, it's something special. So, I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, it's what you take out of the experience. That's all that matters. And if I were to ask you, I mean, who's the best player that you've had to go up against throughout your collegiate career? I mean, does any one specific player stand out?
One specific player. I remember my freshman year. I went up against a guy named Slaughter. He was from, I think it was Fort Valley State.
Okay.
But he was a long guy, tall, good amount of speed. So and it was my freshman year. So when I played him, I felt like I could cover anybody because he was supposedly one of the top receivers in the conference. So.
What would you say is your biggest strength as a cornerback, and what is something that you would like to work on to get better at?
My biggest strength would be probably my size and speed, and just getting my hands on guys and press. Or I have different techniques that I like to use. I don't like to use the same approach every play. Try to just keep the receiver guessing here and there. So, but as far as my weaknesses, just playing small. Sometimes you have to, as a taller corner, you have to learn to play small. Like as far as breaking down, and just a constant reminder, not staying too high when you're coming out of your breaks and driving up to the ball. So, just continue to work on that.
Right, and obviously more times than not, you're probably going to be the bigger guy when you line up against the opposing receiver. Now, obviously, a lot of people, they might not be too familiar with Kentucky State football. For those who may not be too familiar with your game, Eric, if you would compare yourself to a cornerback currently playing in the NFL, who would that be and why?
Initially, off the top, I get a lot of like Richard Sherman comparisons because of size and length. But Richard Sherman would be one. I like Aqib Talib as well, and Patrick Peterson. So continue.
And are these guys that you also try to like mold your game after? I mean, these might be guys that people think of when they see you. Are these guys that you kind of try to take little bits and pieces of their games and kind of put them all together into your game?
Yeah, I just watch a lot of different cornerbacks and just see how they play certain down and distance, certain situations, and different techniques. So guys like even smaller corners like Joe Hayden or nickel guys like Lane down in Seattle. So I just love watching DBs play.
Absolutely, and obviously, there's a lot of great play in the secondary in the NFL. Certainly nowadays, I mean, you got Seattle. I mean, it seems like their defense is kind of wearing out a little bit, at least this season. But the past 2 years, they were, obviously the best defense in the league, and now, you got Arizona, who I think could certainly challenge them for the top, secondary in the league. And I mean, even Denver. They got some great things brewing over there with Aqib Talib, Chris Harris, T.J. Ward, a lot of great defensive back play in the National Football League nowadays. And obviously you hope to add your name into that play next season. Again, he is the 2016 NFL Draft Prospect, Eric Rawls of Kentucky State University, joining me here on the CS Podcast, powered by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first since 2002. Visit NFLDraftBible.com. And, with the FCS Bowl now behind you, Eric, what's next for you? From here on out, are you just going to be getting ready for your pro day?
Yeah. Well, from here out, I'm just trying to see what am I going to do as far as agents and training, and where would I train at, and then just choose one of the regional combines and just let stuff just still has to play itself out. So I'm just hungry and ready to get this started.
And you know what? A moment ago, you said that one of your biggest strengths would be your size. Obviously you have some great size, and the Kentucky State website has you listed at 6'3", 195 pounds. Is that accurate?
I'm actually 6'2". When I went to the FCS Bowl, I was measured at 6'1" and 7, somewhere in that range, so closer to 6'2". And my playing weight in the season, I was playing between 190 and 195. But I don't know how I weighed when I went down to. I do know how when I went to the All-Star game, traveling and everything, I just wasn't eating right. And I weighed in under 185, like 184.6. So, yeah, that was shocking. But now I'm back at 190, so.
Yeah, and your season has been over for, I got to think, at least close to a month now. Well, just a couple more questions for you, and then I'll let you go, Eric. I really do appreciate your time. I mean, do you have any goals written down? I mean, you mentioned, you're still finding out details about your pro day and, which regional combine that you'll be attending. But do you have any goals that you'd like to achieve or any expectations, any certain numbers that you have in mind that you'd like to hit, at your pro day and at that regional combine?
Well, as far as my 40, that's a pretty big money maker. So I've been clocked at 4.41 and 4.43. So hopefully, I mean, I have a realistic goal of somewhere in the low 4.4s, but I wouldn't be surprised if I ran 4.3. That's what. And
yeah, I mean, you know it. You already know it, man. I mean, that could be a big money maker for you. I mean, obviously, the pro days and the 40 time is what gets looked at the most, especially for the receivers, the defensive backs, running backs, and even quarterbacks nowadays. And yeah, I mean, if you could certainly hit a 4.4. 4.41, 4.42. I mean, that would be that would certainly work out in your favor. There's no doubt about that. And final question for you, man. Now, this is the question that I like to wrap up all of my interviews with, and that is, let's say there was all 32 NFL teams are listening to this interview. All 32 NFL general managers are tuned in. Why should they want the cornerback out of Kentucky State, Eric Rawls, part of their team?
Well, for one, I'm a hard worker, and I'm a disciplined guy. I have no off-the-field issues, and I'm a DB that can play either side of the corner, any side of the field. I can play nickel if needed, safety, and I'm going to give it all I got each and every play and compete to the highest level. So, I mean, and I'll definitely give them more than enough reasons with my play to pick me. So.
Yeah, and you know what? There's, I mean, perfectly said. There's no doubt about it. And obviously, looking at what you were able to do at Kentucky State, again, as I mentioned earlier, I mean, you're not only able to make an impact on the defensive side of the ball, but certainly looks as if and sounds as if that you are more than willing to not only play special teams, but have a big role on special teams as well. So, Eric, I certainly do appreciate your time. Congratulations on all the success. Congratulations on wrapping up a very successful collegiate career at Kentucky State, and, of course, having the opportunity to show out at the FCS Bowl, speak to a couple NFL teams down there. And I got to say, man, your future is certainly looking bright, and I'm wishing you all the best throughout this 2016 NFL draft process.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.